Hi. Okay. So this video is about your New Year's health goals. And this is tough because I know firsthand how hard it is when the years go by or when certain periods like a birthday or New Year's or Christmas or Mother's Day or summer holidays or whatever it is, it comes around on the calendar again. And I know firsthand that when you're in that position the year prior, so say it's Christmas or it's New Year's, you say to yourself, next year at New Year's, I'm going to be healed. Next year at Christmas, I will be well. I will be 100% well. I'm going to do everything I can. And next year, when I'm in this position, I won't be sick anymore. I will be 100% well. And when that year comes around, it is so disheartening. It's like you lose every bit of hope, and hopelessness sets in. Helplessness sets in. You feel like, how could I possibly still be sick? Like a whole year has gone by and I'm not better. And you start to lose hope. It starts to wear you down over time, and you stop making goals and you stop making promises to yourself like, by next Christmas I'll be healed. And then that Christmas comes and you're not healed, and then you say to yourself again, by next Christmas I'll be healed. And then by that Christmas comes around and you're not healed, you say it again, by next Christmas. Well, then after that it starts to wear you down, and you start to you be afraid to make those promises to yourself because you feel like a failure. You feel like an utter failure. You feel hopeless. You feel like, how can this be happening? And there's no way. You start to dread these holidays, these milestones, these reminders that you're failing, you're still not well. But I'm here to tell you, you have to break that. You have got to break the helplessness, the hopelessness, and the failure feeling. You've got to break it, and you've got to say, no, I am going to set my goal, regardless, even though it's hard to face. You've got to remember this system called the gap in the gain, and other people talk about this. It's like right now at this New Year's, you can say to yourself, by next year, I am going to be fully healthy. I'm, going to be out of pain. My diseases are going to be healed, all this stuff. And by next year, it's going to happen, right? And there's this big gap between now and next New Year's. So it's great. This whole open space in front of you. It's all this hope in front of you. This open space, this big, huge, wide open gap where anything is possible. And as it starts to get closer and closer to this goal, you feel the hopelessness start to set in, and you say like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to be there. It's not going to happen. I can't believe it's not going to happen. I'm here at the goal, and you feel like an utter failure because there's no more gap left between you and the goal you set. So it's hard to renew for the next period and have that gap, but you must get that hope in there. And what you have to do is when you get to that milestone, instead of feeling like an ultimate failure and in feeling like everything was a waste and you couldn't meet that goal, you have to look back and you have to look at your gain instead of the failure to meet that goal within the year. So you're not healed. So it didn't happen. So you're here again and you're still ill and you still feel bad and everything. I want you to look back to that date and I want you to say, what is better? What have you gained? What experience have you gained? What symptoms have left you? What habits have you gained? Anything that you've gained since then? What has your goal, instead of feeling like you didn't reach it, what have you gained from it? Because it must be something. You've lost a symptom. You're feeling a little bit better in a certain way. What have you gained? What is better? And you have to focus on that. And then you have to redouble your efforts. And you have to say, okay, even though I am sick and tired of making this goal, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to double down and I'm going to make it again. So that's one of the things that you have to do is, even though you feel like, what is the point in making this New Year's resolution again? What is the point in making these goals? It's because you are still here. You didn't die like you thought you would. You didn't, if you're still here, it means that you have accomplished your goal. You're not dead. You're still here. You made it through that whole year, which you thought that you couldn't, and you are here. And you can do it again. you are 100% successful. You made it through that year. And whether you reached your goal or not, whether you are healed or not, is kind of besides the point. What has healed? What has gotten better? What can you focus on? What can you hang your hat on instead of all the hopelessness of the goal that you didn't 100% attain, or that you didn't even come near to attaining? So that's what you have to do. And then you have to set your goals, whether you want to. Again, you have to get that hope back, get that gap back, get that momentum back for the next year. And instead of, I am one to set crazy goals, like I'm going to do this and go see this chiropractor and this bodywork therapist and do this protocol and see this naturopath and do all these crazy protocols and gadgets and gizmos and all these things, and it's going to cost all this money and all these things. No. Okay. You can do those after you do these, but what you have to do is you have to set realistic, daily, manageable goals that are basically the foundation of what you need to do, and you have to recommit to them, because I can guarantee that you're not doing all of these every day. Even though you think that you're working so hard to get your goal, you're not doing these every single day without fail, and I know that you can get better at them, you can double down on them, you could do more of them, and it's the foundations that you have to really set your goals at doing every day, day in and day out. So here they are, the foundations of your New Year's health plan. I want you to write these down. Writing them down is key to making things happen and hanging it up and revisiting it every day. It's the writing it down and then the consistency to get there. So for my New Year's goals, I've written them down. It's just a half a sheet of paper. New Year's goals, it says, recommit to food, whole, organic, natural food, plant-based, more greens daily, and basically recommit to doing the Lisa Heal Yourself diet. And you can take a look at that diet. I'll go through it starting in the new year, just over and over and over. So start with, if you can't commit to the whole year, start with 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. Say, I'm going to do this for 90 days. And repeat the diet over and over. And then at the end of that, say, what helped me in that diet? What didn't? How can I modify it? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to recommit to a whole foods diet. Did it come out of the earth, or so there's no sugar, there's no refined carbs, there's no flours or grains or any of that stuff. It's just like whole natural foods in their natural state. They must be organic. They're not sprayed. We want quality here. Quality is so important. And how can we get more greens into our diet? So through smoothies and juices and salads and all different things. You can add it to soups, all different ways to do that. But those are the things that you want to work on, and you want to commit to a specific diet. I'm going to be doing the Lisa Heal Yourself diet, but you can do any specific diet. Okay, the next thing is that you're going to take your supplements every day, the ones that you have. So if you need to buy a couple new ones, that's what you'll do. And then you're going to commit to a supplement regime that you feel is beneficial. I'll share mine in the new year, and I'm going to stick to it every day. Sleep. It's got to go back up at the priority list. I can guarantee that you're probably falling down on this one, and it is so important, and it's free. So sleep every day. Make a bedtime. Can you make it 9 o'clock? What is the earliest bedtime that you can make and keep it every day? How can you sleep? How can you stay in bed? How can you make your bedroom dark, a sanctuary? Sleep as much as possible and get the earliest bedtime possible. So you set your bedtime and you're like, oh, I could never go to bed at 8 o'clock. I could never go to bed at 8:30. I could never go to bed at 9 o'clock. I could never go to bed at 9:30. Well, pick one. Pick a 9 o'clock bedtime and say, this is it. I'm going to bed for 9 months. Or 9 o'clock, and do it for 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days, and then reevaluate. But you must get that bedtime in there. It's so important to get sleep. The next thing is exercise and movement, and I combine that with fresh air. So I do it all at once. I don't just say, oh, I'm going to do my exercise or I'm going to get my fresh air. So what you want is you want to go outside every day and commit to an outdoor walk. That way you're getting your fresh air, you're getting your sun, you're getting your movement, you're getting your walking, and you're getting your breathing. So every day an outdoor walk. Come rain, come sleet, come snow, come, sun, whatever it is, get outside, get in the fresh air, get sunlight on your skin, get the fresh air in your breath, go somewhere in nature. Go out every day and walk in nature. You can do extra exercise if that's not enough for you. You can do some powerlifting. You could do some walking. Don't overdo the exercise. You will burn yourself out, but get walking in every day and get your outside time in every day. Along the same lines, increase your stretching routine. So your stretching or yoga, which also includes kind of meditation, but get on the mat every day and stretch your body. Stretch your limbs, stretch your feet, stretch your back out, your neck, all these wonderful parts of you that it's necessary to heal yourself. You must include stretching in your daily program. Get down on the mat. It's got to be a mat, sort of a meditation. No other sounds, no other distractions, just you, your thoughts, the mat, and stretching. Okay? And the next thing you want to increase your baths and your self massage or your partner massage or your body work, things that you can do at home, things that don't include spending money and going to a practitioner. So your baths, a self massage, down on the floor you can use one of those foam rollers. You can ask your partner to rub your feet or your back. You can do self massages on your face every day. You want to increase sort of this kind of thing and your lymph. You could jump on a mat, whatever, but you want to increase that sort of self lymph flow, body work, bath, those kinds of things that are free that you can do at home. And then of course love and your relationships and including some fun. And I know when you're sick you can't include any fun, but whenever you can, choose to watch a movie that makes you laugh, then do that. Whenever you can, hug onto your partner or your children and just hug them and fall into love, then do that. Whenever you can, just wrap your arms around yourself and tell yourself that you love yourself. Look in the mirror. Give yourself love as much as you can. Whenever you can, find any room to include love or fun or relationship closeness. Go ahead and do it because it's healing. And then those are the basics. So then aside from that, you can set other goals like, going to a chiropractor or this bodywork person or buying this gadget or doing this protocol or working with this practitioner or whatever. Those are the extras above and beyond, but you need to set your diet. It's got to be strict. You've got to do your vitamins. You've got to do your sleep, your outside, your stretching and breathing, and your self bodywork. Those are the things that you can do. They're basics, they're fundamental, they aren't going to cost you money. Oh, and the last thing, technology. Technology down, put technology down. So you should limit your EMF exposure and basically turn off your phone, put it in airplane mode all the time. Look at it for a minimum. Give yourself a minimum of only 1 hour technology a day and break it up into 15-minute segments throughout the day. Okay, so 4 15-minute segments of looking at your computer or your phone, and give yourself 1 hour of TV. That's it, maximum, to sit down at the end of the day with your partner or whenever and watch a show and unwind if that's something that you like to do. So that's basically a 2-hour technology window. Shut off all your power at night. Aside from your fridge, just hit the switch and get it off, right? Get everything off at night. So that's half the day gone. We're just shutting off the power. It's gone. The other half, we're limiting our exposure to our eyes and to our brains and our minds by 15-minute segments. You can say 10 to whatever. You can break it up however you want, but just a few 10-minute segments a day, maybe, at very most 4 15-minute segments. That's an hour, but see if you can do less. Can you do 4 10-minute segments a day? That's so much better for you. Or can you do 3 15-minute segments? Can you do 2 15-minute segments? Can you do 4 5-minute segments? So whatever you can do, but that is the absolute maximum that you should be having technology. Get it out of your life. Get the EMFs limited. So those are the things that you can look forward to, and you can set that another big goal. I know it's disheartening when you get there and you reach it, but look at the gain that you've made over the year and then set a new gap and try to be hopeful for it. Summon all the hope that you can and really believe, because belief is one of the most important things for healing yourselves, success, attaining goals, anything, is that you have to believe you can do it. So put your belief forward, no matter, even if you've done it a million times, set that belief and say, this year, this is the year. Whether I failed all those other years, look at all the gains I've made, and I am going to do it this year. This is the year I'm going to reach that 100%. I'm going to do it. And then follow these things every day. Don't give up. And then do any extra bonuses that you can do, but do not forget the fundamentals. They're key to your success. So I wish you a happy new year, and I wish you a new year filled with hope, resilience, determination. I wish you a new year full of perseverance and never give up and stick-to-itiveness. And I wish you the new year that this is the year for you. I wish that from the bottom of my heart. I wish this is your new year, okay? So live each day. Do everything that you can do each day. Don't forget the fundamentals. Keep going. Never give up. Remember, you're still here. You didn't give up. You haven't given up. And you can do this. You can do this. Believe in yourself, because I believe in you. But you must believe in yourself. Now take a deep breath. Tell yourself you love yourself and go out and do this. You can do it. Happy New Year.